Thank you, ma'am. That would beginner students. Welcome. All right, and before we begin, we do have one award. Mr. Don Fleming up front, please.
John.
Oh, did I say Don?
I can't tell with masks, but it's John.
Thank you. Mr. Fleming. Got that part right. All right. Oh, almost touched the ground. You go ahead and put your hands out. You almost sing along with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, the journey.
Journey 1,000 miles begins with one step. Congratulations on taking that first step.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay, so then we always do a quick photo, and hold your breath and pull your mask down for 2 seconds so that everyone can get to know your faces on our board. So, 1, 2, 3. Got it. Resume.
You don't need to know my face. Why am I taking my mask off?
Well, because, it's more personal. And I'm going to send you an email about the uniform. I heard you had a question about it. So I'm
Actually, payment and everything too.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
All right. Excellent. Let's begin with some deep breath and relaxation before we get back into our form work today. Let the eyes close and then soften the eyes a little bit so they're not closed like in concentration or anything, closed in relaxation. You can have your lips lightly sealed and teeth gently meshed together if you like. It can help with the breath. You can even take the tip of your tongue and put it against the roof of your mouth right behind the front teeth. If you just want it. It's a good place. Feel your breath begin to deepen within the body. Feel your breath begin to slow with that depth. Go the other way today. So begin focusing on the feelings in the bottoms of the feet. See if you can feel through the feet with the kind of attention you would feel. You might feel the body sway above the feet, but between the feet and the floor, feel almost a seal or a root growing in. Connectation. Soften through the legs a little bit. Make sure the knees are not locked. Feel soft in the knees. Feel an even amount of weight through each leg. Relax the waist and hips. Relaxing through the stomach and lower back, feel the breath move easily. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Relax through the upper back, chest, shoulders. Feel the neck relax. And feel the head sort of lightly balanced on the neck. Relax through the face. Bring your attention to the very top of the head. Just the sensation at the topmost point you can feel as you breathe the next few breaths. Next time you breathe out, just release by lowering the hands and opening the eyes. Okay, let's separate our feet for a little bit of embracing horse. Do a slightly shorter one. Since we started a little late. Yeah, come on through. And your knees sink down. even walk through the middle, it's all right. Yeah, it's no problem. In your embracing horse posture, round the knees out. Tuck the pelvis under. Hold just about 60 more seconds. Okay, release, straighten the legs, lower the hands. Circle the arms up, breathe in. Push palms down, breathe out. Okay, let's review from the top. The first section, the Yang style Tai Chi 108 form. Okay, let's call the names back too. Step left. Step left. Come in. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Pull back and press.
Pull back and press lips.
Push. Single width. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder. We just previewed it, but let's try it. White crane spreads wings. And release. Let's do all that one more. Look to start from the same sort of relaxed, neutral feeling in the body. And let's, instead of callbacks this time, I'll just talk about some other stuff as we move. So for step left, sink. Let the foot go out about a shoulder width, remember. Sink a little more. So feel your body settle down, kind of like your embracing horse kind of depth. Commencement, lead with the wrists. Let the arms float, I say. It tells you the arms should feel pretty soft. Ward off, form that circle with the right hand on top. Turn the right toes out, the body turns right, yeah. Ward off left, shift, step. Think of that step test, how far to step. Shift the weight, then turn the body, let the hands switch. Feel that double dragons alignment, weight more on the front leg, on the back. And then the right palm will just kind of face the floor. Ward off right, again, turn to the left, form the circle, left on top. Step in with the right, think of your step test, step out. Shift steadily, evenly, turn the body, switch the hands. Now the right arm is kind of rounded out in that ward off position, and the left is just a palm forward. Good, yeah, good. Pull back and press, turn the waist, shift the weight in the body. Turn the waist, let the hand follow the turn, kind of like swings around. Support the wrist, turn, and press. Follow through. Shift back, sink the elbows. Think double dragons, if you remember Nate Kung. Shift forward, push. All right, single whip. Shift back, turn. Let the arms turn with the body. Let the toes turn with the body. Shift to the right. Form the circle. Feel the weight more on the right than on the left. Turn the body, release the left heel. Got your beak out as sort of a counterbalance as you step in, step back. Think double dragon's foot placement again. Shift your weight, lift the hand, turn the body. The beak just kind of hangs out. Lift hands. The hands come down first before they lift. Turn the left toes just a bit. Shift your weight, turn the body. Open the arms. Close the arms, set the heel down. Think 90% of the weight sitting back in that kind of tucked in pelvis alignment, 10% in the heel. Strike with shoulder, lower the arms, turn the left palm up, step in, step forward, shift forward, strike with shoulder. Good. Hold there. Yeah, there you go. Very good hand position. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like you're trying to watch me, but it's tilted this way. Okay, very good. Like there you go. Yeah. All right, let's go right into white crane. We'll just do it a few times and see what we need. So white crane from here, turn to the left, and the arm kind of comes along like it's swinging along. Then turn to the right, and step up with the left. I say toes, but it's really the ball of the foot. And at the end, be so light in that left foot that just like you're pushing a button on the floor, or just like a 1/10% of your weight. And then the right is blocking the sun, the left is patting the dog. And release. Okay. Let's do this actually. Are there any questions on the moves before the white crane spreads the wings? And that would include strike with shoulder. Before that, it would include lift hands. Before that, it would be single whip.
I guess for lift hands, I think maybe she brought up one of the other classes.
Yes, sir.
Is it the flight fleet that's hard, the posture?
Good.
Is there some difference?
Right, yeah. So as far as the final position, if you flipped it to the other side of the body and turned it 90 degrees, it would be the same in the way we're doing it, right? But the actual move is different because the move is the intention and what it's doing to get there, right? So lift hands, is there's an attack here and I'm sort of lifting the hands to deflect it and then striking forward. Right? Guitar is a little different, which is later in the form, because I'm coming back and opening and then closing as an attack. So it's different motion sort of in the hands, but and different motion in the hips and the rest of the body, but it just ends up in a similar position.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Yeah. And you'll find this is sort of a common thing in martial arts. Basically having one hand protecting the other elbow, because having someone control your elbow can be a pretty bad thing, right? So usually this is what you'll see is just like one hand kind of protecting the other. Yeah. Cool. Does that make sense? Excellent. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, you're very welcome. Any others? Okay, let's start from a good strike with shoulder and then just do some white crane spreads wings, and then I'll let you take a look at it after that. So, yeah, this is one of those moves where it could be in a line pretty much. Usually I'd say shoulder width or out a little bit. This one's pretty much in a line. At least heel to heel. Left toes turned out a little bit, right toes forward. And then shift that weight forward, feel the right leg bend. Turn so you're sort of leading with your hip and shoulder. And we'll put the hands in place. Very good, yeah, very good, very good. Okay, let's review. This will be our starting position for a couple minutes, so let's do white crane sprints once again. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Step up with the left foot. And reset. Notice the right foot never moved. Yeah. Couple more times. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Step up with the left palm. Left toe. Check your weight. How about one more time? Reset. And begin. Turn. Turn. Step. And release. Okay. Why don't you come check it out from the front? So I'll keep the orientation the same within the room, but you get to see whatever you were not able to. I'll come back from the room too. Okay, all right. That's not part of the move. Yeah, thank goodness. All right. Yeah, I don't know if there's much. This is one of the moves where it's kind of, there's less to see. Well, it's true of a lot of moves. There's less to see than it feels like is going on. So, do you have any questions on this one? We didn't really talk about it much in this class.
I think it's when you're going your left,
Mm-hmm.
you're coming back against the arm. So it would be, right,
Mm-hmm.
so you turn left,
Yeah.
but you're moving sort of over under the line.
There's some tricky things going on in the arms, yeah. So this is the first move, I think, well, no, not the first, but have you heard the idea in Tai Chi that you generate power from the waist? Have you heard that idea? Well, that's an idea you hear a lot if you haven't already. So it's all about turning the waist. That's where a lot of the power is generated. So this is one of those moves where I'm turning the waist, and really you just see the arm kind of coming along with it. Like if you were just swinging and letting the waist turn, it's kind of coming along like that. So it comes along a little ways, but it gets to about here, and then I start turning the other way with my waist.
So about, when it gets to about, I guess, waist, then you start to turn.
Yeah, So yeah, let's watch it again and make sure I'm not. Sometimes when I put words to it, it changes a bit. So let me just make sure. Yeah. Common mistake here, to try to get that feeling of turning, sometimes people will shift their weight off and then it's off balance coming up, right? So make sure you keep your weight, to try to feel through it, make sure you keep your weight over that right leg mainly, at least. You don't have to be too far, or you don't want to be too far, but feel your weight pretty solid in that leg while you turn to the left. And you'll just test your waist turn a little bit. And then when you turn the other way, you let your body come with, you let the left hand kind of come behind, come down, I mean. It looks like I'm going back here, but really I'm sort of coming up past it.
So when your foot touches, you want this hand sort of kind of be in line with that touch.
Oh, timing wise?
Yes.
Yeah, it will sort of all come to a stop at the same point. And that's, I think, probably just a matter of practice. I haven't really thought about that a lot, but you're correct, yeah. It's like the right arm starts it off, but then everything kind of stops at the same time. It might come a little farther. It's not like we're requiring it to stop together, but it'll naturally sort of come to a rest like that. Good, yeah, any others? That's good. Let's see, anything else to say that will help you. If you like imagining applications, this would be sort of a block up from an attack, and maybe a kick, like trying to get out of the way of the kick, coming up to the groin, and then getting my own kick. That's actually the application for this. It's kind of crazy, but it's like the two attacks, like a punch, a kick, and then my kick. So, the stepping up is the my kick. Cool. Too much information? Just enough? All right, let's practice a little bit. try to get into it. I'm gonna come around and just do a quick check. Because you'll hear me say this a lot too. If you're in a slightly off starting position and then still do the move exactly correctly, it still won't be correct because it's starting in the wrong place. Yeah, no one's doing strike with face. Good. Strike with shoulder, not strike with face. And still with instruction, there's not much instruction, but turn to the left, turn to the right, step up the left. Hold there. And in both arms, it's not maybe obvious, but they kind of have that rounded, connected, almost embracing horse sort of feel to them. Yeah, good. Good. Just let this hand turn around a little bit. Elbow just kind of relax there. It's kind of by your side. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Good. You can relax the heel down just a little bit. Yeah, yeah, should be a little better. Yeah. And release. Yeah. Reset. Let's do it a couple more times. And begin. Turn. Turn the other way. Release the left foot. Let it come to a rest. Feel your balance. Feel your right thigh probably working pretty hard. One more time. And begin. Okay, reset one more time. You just see it. Copy someone you can see if you need to. And begin. Okay, cool. Let's do something different with this one. Release. Yeah, good job. Let's break it down. And in Tai Chi, we don't usually separate. Isolation is a way to work things out. Like you might work just your punches in some martial arts. You might work just your stances for a while, and then you might combine them to get full body power. We hardly ever do that in Tai Chi. We hardly ever do one hand or one hand. But let's try doing the hands separately with this move. All right, so try to get it here, strike the shoulder, and then you can just put your left hand behind your back, or you can just, if you can not use it, that's fine. So from here, turn to the left, and it'll start to come up with your palm, and then turn to the right, and it'll just come up naturally, round out. Yeah, good. One more time. Turn, try to feel the waist connect to the hand. Yeah, turn the other way, step up. Hold there. Come back on that right leg, good, yeah. It feels sort of upright in the upper body. Yeah, good, there you go, yeah. Okay, release. All right, let's do it the other way. Now, with the right hand. It's hard to know. Which hand is which? I don't know anymore. So, you're going to turn to the left. You might just release the left hand a little bit, and then turn to the right and just sort of step up past it. Doesn't feel like it does much. Feels a little weird. It's okay. Put it back. Turn to the left. You might not see anything happen, but do kind of release the hand a little bit, and then turn to the right. Step up. Okay, release. Let's do both together. Okay. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Step up. And release. That's a lot of work on the right leg. Shake it out a little bit. I would say we should try to do the mirror image, but I don't want to confuse the wiring. So just do some left leg squats or something. So, all right. Any questions about the white crane? Okay. We don't really have time to do another move. Let's go from the top at least one more time, and I'm going to do kind of like last class. We'll preview the next move just to put it in the brain, but don't try to remember it today. Well, don't try. You don't have to remember it today. No pressure is what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. And let's go back to calling names back just to help memorize. Begin. Step left.
Step left.
pull back and press. Push. Single whip. Yeah, lift hands. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. And release. Not pretty quite yet. So I just wanted to talk about breath for a second. There is, at some point, we will learn how to breathe for each of these moves. It's kind of a lot to try to memorize with learning the moves at the same time. But as a general rule, breathe deeply, slowly, smoothly, long, deep, slow, smooth breath as you do the moves. Just don't hold your breath. Try not to breathe shallow up in the chest. Right? Any questions about that? It's not very specific, but it's better than trying to get too specific. Okay, so we have enough time. We can go over a minute. Let's do all that once more, and then we'll preview that extra. Okay. Take a deep breath. Begin. Just move together. You might think of the idea of the head as lightly balanced on top of the whole system of the body, not held in place by tension. Shoulders and elbows relax. They're sinking down a little bit. Just a preview from here. Turn to the left, right hand by left elbow. Turn to the right, left hand by right elbow. Sink down and step in with the left foot. Step out to your double dragon's posture as best you can feel it out. Shift to the left. Turn to the left, brush by the left knee and push with the right. So the left hand will just be by the knee and the right will be pushing. Yeah. And brush knee push is the name of the move. Brush knee push. And we'll work on that more next class. Brush knee push. Any last questions, comments, suggestions? Cool. That's about our basic training. We follow the 5 parts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility. Thank you, ma'am. About 2 beginner students. All right, basic training dismissed. Very good.